few months, people built to block system 156. Some families on this corridor obliterated with developers system 156. But we have said the state will not fold his hands and allow them, for profit's sake, destroy infrastructures that belong to individuals and even the states. So by Saturday, we'll start the full excavation. By the time we get around conservation, we'll reappraise it and be sure whatever had blocked it will be removed. And from there, we came into Ajiro, appraised the canal on that corridor by the regional road. We went to Abuja. We appraised whatever it is. Now we have agreed with the experts that the Abuja road needs a collector that will take the water from the road and discharge into the one that goes to the lagoon. What they have there is small. Cannot serve the level of development, the volume on that Abuja stretch. And once we choose to do that, then the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure will have to come in also and lift the level of the road. That's what we have agreed today. And then from there we came into Kushola. 10 years ago, where we standing was a lagoon. So we had a collector from the junction that terminated there by the edge of the lagoon discharging. But there was an approval by the state government to extend this, and then they've done this. So the water volume, the gravity of the water cannot move into the lagoon. So that's why we have this challenges here, and then we appraised it. So we're going to have a meeting now and people find the solution to solve this problem on Kushola.
That we're hearing.
Truth be told, Agugi was a wetland. That's the truth be told. Agugi was a wetland. Reclamations were carried out. So what we have to do is give them infrastructure that will drain the Agugi road, and they must also take responsibility. We were here last year with the team when we said we served notices that they should remove some contraventions. We had removed them. We shall continue that enforcement now. We shall wrap it up, remove those things on the right of way. Look at the Agugi road. People built stall on the drainage system.
That's all right. We've heard you, Mr. Environmental Commissioner. So if you are from Lagos and from those areas, you probably should be used, you should be used to some of what he's saying. And then, you might need as well to begin to consider relocating. Okay? Because the next video you're going to see from that part, could be your properties up. Yeah, you will be blamed. You'll have to pay. Rather than bringing proper professionals, proper town planners, the ones that are not for any reason, biased or somehow like that, right? They're not biased. And they can draw a proper plan on how to help you out with the perennial flooding in Lagos. These charlatans, when I see his videos going about, I kind of want to share them with you. Okay? Because who knows? They may be knocking at your next door and you could be next. Right. I think let's open the line at this point. So what you can say for the People's Parliament, I had about 3 people waiting earlier, so I think they heard us that we're not going to do the People's Parliament anymore, so we'll just take calls tonight. I will leave that to you, okay? So I'll be back in a minute or 2, and I will take calls. The number is on your screen. Use it. And if you have to go, like the broadcast, share it, and then I can say good night to you. But for those who are still around, please stay put.
àtisebo, àtisete, àtisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisete, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisete, òtisete, kágbàdé fálárì, àtisete, kágbẹ̀dé fálárì, àtisete, adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisete, àtisete, òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisete, àtisete, èdò gbówó ń tẹ́, àtisete, àtisete, ètisete, àtisete, ìjà ń jà aráàlú, àtisete, àtisebo, àtisete, àtisete.
Hello there. I think I have my phone.
Hello, Mr. Maigun. Good evening. I'm calling from Leeds. Hold up.
Say that again. Order from Leeds. Is that you?
Yes.
How are you this evening, sir?
I thought I couldn't finish listening to the afternoon sermon, so I then listened this one. So I thought, okay, I need to give you a call. Yesterday, for some reason, I was like expecting that you're gonna be online, but nothing.
Yeah, I just
came up.
So exhausted, and I'm like,
So sorry. You can see how addicted some of us have become to this program. Yeah. So well, let me dive into it. What you see this Otubokeyamu talking about missing fund, Wike talking about that people are them in between them, that they are saying that nothing is happening, but don't you know that something is actually happening, especially in FCT? Yes. FCT is a very little fraction of Nigeria. So I wonder what he meant. Is it because of the road that they named after Wole Soyinka, the recent road that they did, and then the placard of Tinubu, the biggest canvas that they did? Is that the change they are talking about?
Including the 21 million vice presidential house as well.
Is that what they are talking about? Because, because the thing about these people is that they talk, but in a very, they don't, their speech has a lot of meaning. It has it's unambiguous kind of way of talking, where you don't really know where they're going with it, but they're just talking just to make people, gaslight some people that look.
That's why they say politicians are all talks. No real.
Yes.
But you see where he said some of you they will claim to be activists, they will give you appointment, you still flopped. He said that to the face of these guys, and he was right. It's like saying, all of you are so easy to condemn us, criticize us. Criticize us and all of that. Or you are not different from us. You're just making yourself look like you are different, right? Trying to give advice, blah, 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 blah. Well, he's partially right. Wole Soyinka was given an appointment, which was at the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, remember? He flopped.
Yes.
And the same thing happened to this our man from Mayflower, Tai Sholari, remember? So Tai Sholari was a critic. So they made him the chairman of the People's Bank. They put thieves under him. And within 2 years, Tai Sholari couldn't understand how hundreds of millions of naira disappeared in the bank. And Babangida said, "Oh, my share one, Baba. Maybe you start to talk." So the point here I'm making is that he himself is pretty much like, some of you are pontificating. You are better. You have idea. But no better pastors. Mine is just, maybe they just break the entire thing. And we can do away with all these rules, man.
Yeah, especially because you see, there's none of these people are patriotic, because you can see it out of from the infrastructure in Nigeria. You see, because if these people are truly patriotic, I mean, things would have been done differently. You won't be using a money that's meant to build or to renovate 5 schools to buy one jeep for one lawmaker, right? At this point in time, Nigerian lawmakers shouldn't be using, they should be using a refurbished grade 1 Tokumbo car imported from somewhere, especially
money to buy a better one.
yes, specially made for like, okay, this is for another, third world country, but has to be refurbished in a very, moderate price, because at least they will understand that, okay, this is Nigeria. But because these people, they just want to be seen as, yes, I'm seen as senator, so I need to live like one.
Yes.
And then the senators in other countries and developed countries like in America, they are not using their own personal money, to pay for medical checkup or whatever. Everything is handed, is handled by the state, and that's why we say here in the developed countries, a one day baby, a 1 day old baby has the same equal right as the prime minister in this country, right? But there in Nigeria, in fact, is the last. They don't value man's life. They don't value people's life. So how would you value people's knowledge? Because now we have how many engineers really can say that, oh, I'm an engineer in Nigeria, that really can prove himself. They say, oh yes, I'm an engineer. Yes, I can build a bridge, a first class bridge, and this. But we rather pay the hard-earned dollar that belongs to everybody for one Chinese or for one American or Germans, which half of that, millions of dollars will be siphoned to their own account, and then parts of that dollar paid to them, and then they won't even finish the job. So we are, Nigeria is suffering from a lot of things. So these governments, the government that are there now, they are only there to lie. Their only one and only job to do there is to create something. Say, money is missing, this and that. Somebody, they bought a helicopter, then they sold it in scrap or whatever. It is just say to divert people's attention, just to confuse people, just to make Tinubu look as if he is fighting corruption or whatever. Don't be surprised that those people that are caught, that those you won't even hear of them again in the next maximum 1 year.
That's a long time.
They will be,
when
they will be gone.
Did you hear about Omo Better Edu?
Exactly. So
see,
nothing is going. It's just a distraction, my brother.
So that you see one thing, right? Let me tell you something about the advantage of all of this. Before you go, right? Is that a lot of people are now aware of all of these things because we kept pushing them out there, we kept telling people, we keep showing them and all that, right? And it seems like nobody is listening. Don't be surprised. Everyone is listening. When the shit hit the fan, some of the people that will go after these criminals, when we begin to see videos of them, like we are seeing in Kenya, right? Once they start going after them, you'll be hearing some of these Nigerians mentioning everything that we know here as they are going after them. And you will be like, oh, so you all knew all these things before. Yes, we did. We knew. We're just waiting for our time. So that's one thing about this whole thing. You see, when the Kenyan Gen Z, when they started criticizing this their finance bill, they sounded like just everyone else, just complaining, ranting, lamenting. Then they started digging. They started digging more. And they started kind of raising more awareness on what they are discovering. Like, did you know? Did you know that? I go, no, I didn't know that one. No. They didn't tell us that. Oh, no, I didn't know that. Oh, is that true? So some of them started going back to actually go and carry the bill. And they started reading. Once they said, oh my God, they have finished us. Oh, like a typical, Oh, these people are finished us, so we don't go agree. So we will get to that critical mass.
But you know that the percentage of stupid people in Nigeria is greater than in Kenya because of our population. I mean, these stupid people, they are so stupid. They are so stupid that they call themselves doctors, professors, whatever. But when it comes to the truth, they will turn a blind eye on it as if no, what you are talking about is not true. What are you talking about? They will make you feel as if no, it's not.
Just a problem maker, a problematic person. Yeah.
So as you know, well, I hope that Nigerian youth we wake up from their slumber. I don't know. It's getting, because the hardship in Nigeria is far greater than this Kenya one that
Kenyans
just
are fighting to stay alive for. But Nigerians are there praying. But don't think like it is. It is not going to happen. There's something I'm so sure about.
Finger crossed, because if it happens, and I know that people are serious, honestly, I don't mind. I will go and join them. Me, I don't mind, because that's the kind of thing I like. Me, the adrenaline will be, like, yes, this is what we want, and they should go to the key places.
That's
not going to
notice that the reason why I kept showing this Kenya stuff is that to show to those in Nigeria that all this una solely no go help you. All right, we no go agree, no go help you. And all of you gathering somewhere, singing and dancing at a Freedom Park or whatever. No, that's not going to help. If anybody is going to call you out for anything serious,
look, this, yes. You see, this Tinubu government, they've mastered the art so much that they will sponsor some riots, so that they can, so it will look like, yes, people are lamenting now, so other people will not bother. So it's like that we counter the thoughts of other people even thinking of starting the real one.
I know.
Right?
We have seen that many times.
These people are very smart. These people, they are so smart.
They are not
so
smart.
We need to outsmart them.
No, they are not smart. Hold up.
Tinubu group. Thank you, brother.
They are just criminals who have weaponized poverty. They don't need to do much. Okay? Like your own brother can start fighting you now. Your brother can agree with you. A lot of people will agree with us here. But if they put, how many are we now? 1,300 or so, yeah? So they put all of us in the room, right? You'll be so surprised that out of 1,300 of us, that we're supposed to kind of have maybe 70 to 80% of us that agrees on some of the things that we share on this platform. So therefore, there shouldn't be a problem, Abi. Now, you'll be so surprised if they put all the 1,300 of us, including those who are well-to-do, among us who they are not suffering, but they still have the poverty mentality, so to say. And then Tinubu walks in, and some of these Olori Burukus walk in, and they walk in with, we are sorry. And then they open their wallet and say, guys, it's not as bad as you are thinking. We are not bad people. Now, for you to be sure, anybody who is ready to come and offer us those your ideas and join us, we'll give you so amount, and then so and so. You will see people that will say, maybe we are all trying to make Nigeria better, so why not go and work with them and join them? People who have been on this platform for years. So we have a lot of work to do when it comes
without any concrete idea, any concrete revolutionary, ideas that will change everything.
No.
Majority as soon as they hear about
majority of those who are pretending to still love Nigeria, right? Some of them are just waiting for their turn. Okay? And they will tell you it's because they love Nigeria. No, it's not because of that. All right? I'll leave it at that. Hold up. Let me take another one.
All right, then.
Have a good
yeah,
you too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Bye. So when you see people, right, who, that's one of the reasons why I've always been very careful associating with a lot of people. See, if you know how many people are like messaging, some of them have given up on me. It is not an act of snob. I'm not snobbing people. I suddenly kind of, not suddenly, I later in my life became very, very cautious and suspicious of people. Because I've discovered that a lot of people will join you and pretend that you are fighting these criminals together. Mayogun, I love what you are doing. You are this kind of people we should be having in our society. This kind of people like you are supposed to be in charge. Yeah. You. Some of them are only trying to get closer to you. Once they get closer to you, they can tell people I'm his friend. I'm very close to him. Then you will think you actually have a lot in common together. We are working that country, they go, yeah, me and my team, me and my yeah. You won't know that some of them are actually trying to use you to get closer to those criminals. Yeah, they couldn't get to them, right? Or if you say you are a friend of Mayegu, oh, I'm a very good friend of his, so we are together and yeah. Then that kind of add value to you. Because some of them will be like, you know the guy. Then I've been looking for means to reach him more. I didn't know you know him more. So if I want to reach out to him, how? So there are people who have tried to come closer. They get involved in what you are doing. They pretend that they are also involved. They pretend and all of that. It's all pretty much like fake. That's why I don't really kind of like meeting people or joining this group, that group. All of us, let's go here. And no. You have to be very careful about the people around you. Because most of them, their complaints about Nigeria, it's not because they hate what is going on in Nigeria. They want to be part of it so desperately. And they will use anyone to get closer. And that's, you know what, that's why I don't have scandal from anybody. Nobody get closer to me. There's close enough you can get. That's why you can't have any scandal around me or have anybody say, oh, Mayegun said, Mayegun this, Mayegun that. It's not going to happen. Because I've been there. I've been where people have actually tried. They got closer with the intention that maybe I was only doing all of this because myself, they look for access. So when they now discover that I actually mean it, that if I have a chance of destroying these criminals, I'll do it without thinking twice. All of them. And they felt like, no, it's like it's serious. Well, don't mind him, it's not serious. What he's asking for is impossible. He's talking about it. It's not possible, Jared. Don't mind him. He's not a serious person. I am not serious because I am trying something they believe will never happen, even though they pretend to be part of it. So I've been there. So give Nigerians time. With time, you'll find the right people. The right people will find themselves, or the situation will settle off our brains. I promise you. So slow but steady, right? Don't rush into going into any alliance with anybody because some group come together. They say we are now group so and so. We are mobilizing Nigerians to go and fight this up. Don't just jump into all of them. Majority of them just need you. And you are the access they need. So they can tell those criminals and say, that I belong to this also group. I can bring all of them to you. Say, hey, can you? Yes, I can. I've been there, my people. I've been there. So if I tell you something, I'm speaking from experience. Here is a caller on the line. Sorry for keeping you there for that long. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, my good general. Good evening.
God bless you, sir. I'm so sorry, right? I have to find before I say it.
No, it's okay. I'm okay, my ego. It's Ferdinand from Newcastle.
Oh, that's it, brother. Ferdinand from Newcastle. How are you?
I'm good, Baba. In fact, I was just carefully listening to what you're saying, and I'm so happy that you actually made it point clear. You see, if there is one thing I love about you, it is your consistency. Because just like the previous caller said, the last caller before I called now, he said these people are too smart in organizing counter protest. And I love your response. No, they're not smart. They're just being stupid and selfish.
Yes.
Because they believe that
taking advantage of perished. And
exactly.
It works well.
Exactly. And the one thing about counter protest is that the number of people who are counter protesting are not even up to 10% of the real protesters.
They can never be.
because they are yes, because they were paid to do the protest, to go and disrupt it. And so if you look at the NSAS protest, when the whole youth trooped out in their numbers, you could see the crowd was, uncontrollable as compared to the few thugs they were carrying around in their Prado SUVs to disrupt the whole thing. So that, for me, that is not smartness. That is just being stupidity and trying to confront chaos and anger with another anger. An act of cowardice. Yeah. So there is nothing smart about that. A quick one, because I now have a few minutes to make my point. So over the previous days, you've been making your brokers. I actually wrote down a few couple of points I would just want to touch, not particularly from this night presentation, but from other previous ones. So I'll just be brief. You see, you asked sometime about Chidi Lloyd. You mentioned about him being a local government chairman, and then you asked, was he not formerly a House of